So now that people can document any aspect of their life and just distribute it via YouTube, we have a sort of new expectation, like to find video of an event online instantaneously. For example, I remember when I read a King 5 tweet about the Boston bombings, and the first place I went to was YouTube, and I just Googled Boston and marathon and bombings, and sure enough, what I found right away was, the shaky video of from a spectator and seeing an explosion. Taking a step back and looking at the video a little more critically, I could see that it really just provided no significant information. I could see that the video looked like a marathon, like there was the street, there was people, you see the buildings, and then there was the sound, like the boom, and then the camera turns really fast, and like you see smoke coming up, and there's people screaming, and that was sort of it, but there was no context or story to it. I sort of looked for, looked in the comments, and you get the tags, but really nothing that would show us or show me that this was a credible source. And in the end, I just have to say what I saw was just that sort of two-dimensional video of the street and the crowd, the sound of an explosion, and then the smoke rising. I didn't really get any significant information from that. I sort of break the video down that way, or just sort of break it apart, more so to understand that we're all seeing just little snippets of video and recorded events, and they're just distributed without any context or story behind them whatsoever. In this, the context and story is what happens after, which is sort of like a reversal. But it's distributed in a way, like via the internet and YouTube, that people will piece together the information and then sort of transfer, the meaning and the context and, the story onto it, after the fact. And unfortunately, this sort of has more to do with, individual fears or whatever, historical baggage people have that they're placing on the video or the images that they're seeing. They will sort of create the facts that they want to see by piecing together little bits and sort of maybe dismissing something and taking in something else, or trying to form a story, form a context that is more appropriate to whatever preconceived notions they have. In the reading, I sort of like the whole notion of sort of the post-fact society. And I thought, how the Boston bombing, emerged was a sort of a good example of that. And then sort of beyond that sort of tragedy, you could see, how the horrible failings of like corporations or other businesses that happen when when choices and reactions are done on what things seem like as opposed to rational facts, I guess. Rational facts. Like, we always think something's rational and factual, but I do believe there's actually something that is a fact.